Hello class, and welcome to our lecture for Chapter 1, Lesson 5. For this part of our chapter, you are going to need your basic shape file that we used in Lesson 4, where you should just have a basic black square on your screen. What we are going to do is we are going to learn how to apply fill and stroke colors to objects. So first what we want to do is we want to make sure that we have our default color and stroke completed and that we have switched our color and stroke to where our fill is black and our stroke is white. So now what we want to do is we want to go to our swatches panel, which may be in various places for you, but just make sure you go to your color swatches. If you don't see it, you go to Window and then you just select your swatches. So now what we want to do is we want to click on any blue swatch in our panel. And if you have your stroke active, it's going to change your stroke, which we don't want. So let's make sure that our fill is active, meaning our fill is in the front, and we can change that to blue. But what we want to do is we want to change the fill of our square to yellow. Now if you hover over, you can see the name of the color, and what we're going to do is click and then drag our color until we see our arrow point up or our cursor show up, and then release. And that's going to change the color of our fill to yellow. We can also drag and drop our color swatch over our fill box to change that fill color to yellow as well. So now what we're going to do is we can either press X to activate the stroke button, or we can just click on our stroke function in our tool panel. So we can select X, or we can click on the stroke. So what we want to do is we want to change our stroke to red in this situation. So we're going to go back to our color swatches, and we're going to hover over, find our red square, and then drag and drop it over into our shape. And what you'll notice now is that we have a border on our yellow square that is red. We can also drag and drop that color over to our fill function and change that outline to red. So what we're going to do now is we are going to look at our stroke icon, which will allow us to adjust the settings for our stroke. Mine is already available down here in the palette or in our panel, but if you don't see stroke, come over to Window and just make sure that it's selected. It may be hidden among some of these different functions, but mine's down here. And what we want to do is use our drop-down box and change our stroke to 8 point, meaning that our stroke is going to be thicker now. And you'll notice that it is slightly thicker than what it was before. So now what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and remove our stroke so that we don't have a border or a frame. And the way we do that is the white box with a line through it is going to indicate none. And we're going to drag that color swatch over to our box, and you'll now notice that we have no border on our screen. So go ahead and save your work using this, or with this settings, and then we are going to use the same file for our lesson 6.